Hi, Sam. Thanks for being with us. I know that it's a very difficult time in the industry. I mean, even compared to like 3 months ago, there are so many changes. You have the 10 o'clock curfew now, new outdoor barriers that need to be constructed. There's like the looming threat of indoor dining shutting down if the test positivity rate goes up. I guess for me, it's heading into the winter. Like, what is the thing you're most concerned about to see you through to spring?
Yeah, I think I'm most concerned about getting people just to come out to the restaurant or even order. I think a lot of people have left the city, and just I could see a dip in sales. Obviously, as the weather got colder, people aren't trying to eat out as much. So, just trying to make it through the winter to brighter, spring pastures is sort of the biggest concern right now.
You hear a lot of chefs talking about the spring and saying that they're trying to make it through to the spring. Obviously, I just said that because I've heard 10 other people say it in the last week.
Yeah.
But like, what is it about that window that makes you comfortable saying we're trying to get there?
Just because once the weather's nice, I feel like more people will be coming out. And when it was a little bit warmer, it was great. Business was okay. We were still staying afloat. And then once it got cold, it's just like it's a ghost town almost. So it's concerning, but we're just trying to stay positive and make it through.
Has there been a change in demeanor with your guests? I mean, not just volume, but in the way that people approach the restaurant or their attitude or their behavior. I mean, we heard at the beginning that some people were acting very entitled and maybe weren't taking into account the safety of workers and owners and operators. And have you noticed any of that, or have people been pretty good?
Yeah, I've read that too. Fortunately for us, most of our guests are super understanding and really thoughtful. So for the most part, I would say everyone's been really considerate, understanding if there's wait times or any delays. So I can't speak to that of any negativity. Yeah, it's been very positive from our guests.
Why do you think, just from your perspective, that it's been so hard to get any kind of assistance? I mean, there were the PPP loans, obviously, that were kind of their own beast. But why? I mean, if everyone is in agreement that restaurants, especially in New York, are indispensable, and I think everyone is in agreement about that, why do you sense so much reluctance to just help restaurants? I mean, the government just seems so unwilling beyond, okay, you can set up a dining room on the sidewalk, but you know, what then?
Yeah. I mean, overall, I think just politically speaking, and everything being up in the air with the current administration, I think that's primarily it. Just the back and forth, and it's it's just a sad fact that restaurants are just the lowest rung on the totem pole right now, and they don't, we're too small. Sure, if we close as a whole, it's like we are seeing the effects of that now. But I don't think they see individual restaurants as to be necessary enough to or big enough rather to get a huge bailout, like um, such as if like an airline were to get a bailout. So I just think that collectively, yes, we're big, but because we're so small, I just don't think that they care, the federal government.
I mean, there really is that mentality of, at least in the the operators that I've talked to, hunkering down and just sort of like, okay, we're in this alone. We're going to have to struggle, and we're going to have to get through this. Do you sense that? Is there like a sense of community? Are people kind of coming to each other's help? Or because I know, even a year ago, like if you need a dishwasher, and you know someone who has somebody who's available, you know, they're going to help you out if you're in a pinch at night. But is there that kind of spirit of camaraderie now? Has it increased, decreased, or is it like every chef for himself?
Uh, I'd like to say that there is that camaraderie. Definitely within my network, you know, I have a close group of chef friends that, you know, we call each other, make sure we're good all the time, quite frequently. And um, yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, when it comes down to, you know, brass tacks numbers, it sort of is, you know, every business for themselves, not necessarily every chef for themselves. But, you know, in terms of morale and, you know, oh, you need something. Oh, who's your electrician for this, to get the heating elements out? There's definitely a network and support for that.
That's good to hear. So what is your plan? I mean, I think everybody's sort of, you know, it's unprecedented. This is all new. Everybody's trying a lot of things for the first time. What is your plan to get through to, say, April?
Yeah. So for us, I think it's, to be honest, I'm doubling down on, you know, what my beliefs are and why I opened Golden Diner. So, you know, we've invested in some really heavy duty outdoor dining, heating lamps, tent structures, just trying to make it as comfortable for the diners. Also, you know, trying to keep things light and fun, even though the winter is going to be crazy cold. So we're going to be doing some collaboration dinners with some really awesome chefs in the upcoming months. Trying to keep it, you know, fun, delicious, tasty, same things that we've been doing, and just trying to make it through.
And so what can people do to help you? I mean, in addition to just showing up and ordering lots of food and tipping, I mean, takeout delivery, is all that helpful?
Yeah, absolutely. I think like our customers, they've been doing that. Like we still see our regulars, you know, show up like 2-3 times a week. So yeah, absolutely. You know, what they've been constantly doing, just show up, be kind, generous, yeah, and just understanding that, you know, it's a hard time for everyone.
And dress
So
warmly.
yes, yes, absolutely, dress warmly.
Well, thank you very much. This has been illuminating. Obviously, we're rooting for you. We're rooting for everyone.
Thank you.
It's going to be a tough winter. Everybody get out there, Golden Diner or any other restaurant that you love. Go support it now, because we want them to be here when the weather warms back up. And thank you. I know you have a lot going on, so thank you for taking the time.
Thank you, Alan.